This whole generation versus generation thing is probably one of the dumbest debates that's currently going on social media. Like, let's actually break this down for a second. We got this generation going against the older generation, saying things like, oh, the 90s were better, the early 2000s were better, the 2010s were better, and this generation is cooked and that generation is cooked, and whoop in the third. When it's like, bro, we're all just victims of the system, honestly. Since the beginning of time, we've been controlled or programmed and manipulated to act, speak, behave, listen to, do certain things based off what's presented to us in the media. There's a reason why every dude is wearing baggy pants and throwback clothes. It's because it's a trend that's popular right now. Maybe one of your favorite celebrities started wearing baggy clothes and now you want to do the same thing. And so now you're doing it. Your friends are going to start doing it. They friends going to start doing it. And now everybody's wearing the same thing. Everybody's looking, acting, speaking the same way. For example, everybody has the same lingo. Everybody says, what's up, gang, and twin, and, cap, and glazing, all these different terms based off of what we heard a celebrity say or just some media personnel in general. We don't have our own identities to begin with, but that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But back to the topic of discussion when it comes to generation versus generation. The point of me making this video is to explain this, that if this generation was raised in the same circumstances, the same environment as the previous generation, we would have grew up like them. If they would have grew up in this same generation that we're currently growing up in, they would have been like us. 90 kids would have been iPad kids. They would have been soy boys. They would have been TO, whatever it is, whatever identities we currently have in this generation. Guarantee if those same people grew up in this generation, they would have fell victim to the same obstacles, the same mishaps, would have been influenced by the same things that we have been influenced by. So let's not blame this generation. Let's put blame on the controller or the puppeteers of this generation, because whether we like it or not, the human brain is trained to do what it's shown. Monkey see, monkey do. That's how it is for most people. Most people are follow the leader, copycat individuals, especially nowadays. So in reality, all this generation is doing is what it's quote unquote told to do, and what it's shown is cool. Whether it be, like I said, the clothing, the hairstyles, the music that we listen to, etc. The same way the previous generation did the same thing. Everybody had bald heads. Why? Because of Michael Jordan and Tupac. Everybody had afros back in the 80s. Why? Because of the likes of Michael Jackson and, just other pop stars having afros. And that was just the fashion back then. If you drop somebody that was born in the 60s, raised in the 70s into this generation, they're going to be looked at as a goofy. The same way if you drop somebody from this generation back into a previous generation, they're going to be looked at as a goofy. No matter how you put it, no matter how you make it, no matter how you put it together, that's just what it's going to be. But what's really dangerous is that it leaves people reminiscing and trying to live the glory days, whether it be the older generation trying to dress and trying to, live how they used to live back then, or whether it's this generation reminiscing on the older times and being stuck in the past, because that's all it's going to leave us doing. Us complaining about how this generation is not going to make this generation any better. I think the real problem with this generation and just everybody in general is that nobody's present. Everybody's reminiscing on the past and trying to live back to 2016 or the early 2000s or the 90s. It's like, bro, it's 2025. Let's live in 2025. Let's make the best of 2025. Whether we like the environment, the circumstances that we in, the least we can do is make the best of it. Because me, myself, being very optimistic, I love this generation that we in. I love this era that we in. I think it's huge opportunities. I like the media space. I like everything about this generation because I'm in the present moment. I'm not worrying about, back in the 2010s, this was going on. And back in the early 2000s. Like, no, that's past. We can't bring that back. All me thinking about the early 2000s and 2010s is going to do is leave me mentally stuck in that time, but physically I'm just getting left behind. So I would much rather stay in the present, keep moving forward, and here and there maybe reminisce or something like that, but Definitely like not like how a lot of people be on social media. Just it's like every single day you're gonna see a post about how this generation is sorry, whether it be the sports, the music, whatever. Like let's just enjoy this. Let's just enjoy this moment. Cause it's like I know the same thing was happening back then. And it's like, you know what's gonna happen, man? It's so crazy because what's gonna end up happening is this, right? It's gonna be 5 years from now, and then people gonna be like, man, I miss 2025. I miss 2020. I miss 2025. But in those moments, people was all complaining. So it's like that's why I think nostalgia is bullshit. That's why I think the best thing for us to do is just be in the present moment, because that's literally where we find peace, love, and wisdom, and this is where we're able to really thrive and live life and not worry about bullshit that don't matter, like the past. The past is gone. We can learn from it, but let's not live in it.